So I told you that in React Native, we don't have style inheritance. So we cannot apply our text styles in a parent component like this view over here, and then have other components like this text component inherit those styles. So how can we make sure that our text always looks the same across different screens? We use a technique called encapsulating styles. So we encapsulate all the styles for our text inside a custom text component. So just like we have this text component in React Native, we can create a custom text component. Let's call it app text. So we use it exactly like a text component, but this app text encapsulates all the styles for our text. Let me show you. So save the changes. We have an error because we haven't implemented this component yet. So in our project folder, inside the app folder, let's add a new folder called components. Here we add a new file. We call it app text. We could also call it body text or even text, but I prefer not to use the same name as built-in components in React Native. The reason for that is that when we use the auto import feature of VS Code, we may accidentally import the built-in component rather than our custom component. So let's go with app text. Now let's create a function component. Now here we want to render a text component. So let me show you another shortcut. We type imrn, that is short for import from React Native. Now we have our import statement, we have our curly braces, as well as from React Native. So here we type text. Now let's render a text component. Now we want to use this app text exactly like a text component. So we should be able to pass something in between its tags. For this to work, here we should render a special property of this props object. It's called children. So here we render props.children. So this is a special property that React recognizes. Whatever we pass to our component will be available in the children property. Now here we can also use destructuring. So we can destructure this argument right here. So we add curly braces and pick the children property. With this, we don't need to prefix this with props dot. That's better. Now we want to apply some styles here. So let's import the style sheet module. Now here we type RNSS, that is short for React Native Style Sheet. Let's define a bunch of styles for our text. So I'm going to set the font size to, let's say 18. And font family, let's use the platform API to detect the current platform. So we use platform. VS Code didn't help with importing this, so we have to manually import it from React Native. Okay, so platform.os. If this equals Android, and by the way, this is case sensitive, so we cannot use capital letters here. So if this equals Android, I'm going to use the Roboto font. Otherwise, I'm going to use Avenir or Avenir, however you want to pronounce it. So now let's apply these styles. So here's our text component. We set style to styles.text. So this is how we can encapsulate styles inside a custom component. Now save the changes. Let's go to our app component and import app text on the top. So import app text from, currently we are in the root of this project. So app.js is here. First, we have to go to app, and then we have to go to the components folder. So let's go to app/components/app text. Once again, note that I'm separating this import statement from the import statements from third-party libraries. Okay. So here's our app text. Let's give it a try. So here's how it looks on an iPhone, and here's how it looks on an Android phone. Beautiful. Now, using the same technique, we could also create a heading component. And then we could use it like this, my heading. So this heading would have different styles. Perhaps the font would be bigger and thicker, and then we could use this across different screens.